Alrighty, well, good evening everybody. Welcome back to the Alabama Farmer channel. As you seen on the title of the video there, we're going to be working on this 96 F250. I done replaced the pump, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it. It's easy, not too terribly hard. This right here is a pump that come out of it. These have a bad problem with weeping out of that weep hole there. They're $100 any which way you want to look at it out of a store, but if you go on eBay, they're $41. If I'd have known it and didn't need to get this truck back together today, I would have went and ordered that. The truck it was running fine. There wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was just weeping diesel fuel out of this hole all the time, so it was getting a little aggravating because it bothered me because it smells like diesel fuel every time you get in it. So anyways, so I would go ahead and advise just ordering one and then waiting on it to get there, because it's a whole heck of a lot cheaper. But anyways, on to tearing it apart. I done got it put back together this evening. I was going to do a video, but that didn't happen. So anyways, what you do, the first thing you do is get your cover off. It sits right here. That takes these 3 9/16 bolts right here, which you'll see. That's just common sense, but take this off for the intake for the turbo, and there'll be a little gasket right in here, and you'll need to pay attention to it and make sure it ain't got a crinkle. If it's got a crinkle in it or it's dented or something, you got to replace it. Mine was good, so I didn't have to replace it. What you got to do to get the fuel bowl out, fuel filter bowl out, is take these 2 lines here off. There's one here and then one right down here. They're 9/16. Takes 2 9/16 wrenches. Take that off. The next thing you got to do is there's a line right here. A line. I don't know if you can see it. Right. I don't know if you can see it. But it's that little shiny thing down there right there beside that yellow handle. It's for the drain on the fuel bowl. You got to take that one loose. And then there is, here, let me get my bucket up here, where I can show you. And it's not easy. I would advise getting a platform. But there is that line down there, if you can see anything. That down there is the line coming from the fuel bowl to the pump. And then, oh goodness, and I'm losing it. But you see that big nut back there, or big bolt? That has to come out. That has 2 copper washers. That's just like a hydraulic fitting or anything you'd see. There's 2 10mm bolts that hold that thing in. Let me get down here. There's the 2 bolts that hold that in is 10mm. You pull that out, and the 2 bolts that holds this fuel bowl housing is 13mm. You pull them out, and then what I done, when there's 2 lines under this, goodness, okay, ain't gonna be able to see nothing in this video, but there's this cover right here. This just pops off like that. It's just there's 2 rubber lines behind it. If you can't get those off, what I just did is just took a pair of cable cutters and cut them. It's easy enough. And then down in the bottom, if you can't get that one loose, I just cut it too, because you're taking it off anyways. You take those 2 lines loose. There's one right here, and then there's one right over here, back over in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. That one right there. Oh, shoot. This ain't a very good video, but it's down in there anyways. It has to come out. And then you're pretty much ready to pull your fuel bowl out. You just pull this out easily. You got to undo this plug here. This plug here you've got to unplug. And then there's a plug. It's right down there, but you'll be able to see it's got a little wire clip holding it together. You take that little wire clip loose, and it unplugs easy, and then this whole fuel filter housing comes out. And then you can get to your fuel pump, and you take your back, it's 1.25 inch bolt. You take that out, and then, which is no easy task. That's not fun, but you can get your fingers back in there and spin it easy enough. Then you take your 10mm bolts, and normally these things are real hard to stick in there, hard to get out. And what I seen on the video I seen on the internet, they were bad about breaking off if you twist them real hard. Well, what I done is, mine moved up just enough to get a chisel under it, and I took 2 chisels on each side, and I'd stick one in because I was having to hold on with my other hand, and I'd pry up and hold back with this hand and put another chisel in and just pry up, and then scoot this one in, pry up, and that's how I just wiggled it out. Didn't have any trouble with it breaking. Came right out, so wasn't no big deal. And then just repeat the process to put it back together. If you do this, replace all the lines, replace all the clamps. I put all new clamps on mine. I got 2 feet of fuel line, that was plenty. I don't know if you can buy a kit with lines in it or not, but I bought 2 feet of line, which was plenty. 2 feet's about right. If you get any less, it won't be enough, because there wasn't but like 8 or 10 inches left. So definitely get 2 feet. Be plenty. I don't know if any of y'all have ever done this before, but this is my first experience changing that out. So hopefully that was helpful to somebody out there. Like I said, don't go buy one in the store if you can help it. Them things aren't cheap, and they're just going to replace it when it starts leaking again. So mine didn't have any trouble with running. It was just that it was leaking fluid, and it was driving